G'day, how you going? Jerry, how you going? You're scratching. So I went to the camera fair this weekend and looking at the medium format cameras, all the film cameras. It's on every year. It's pretty good actually. And Jerry calls me over and says, "Rob, what the hell's going on over there?" Hey Jerry. And I walk over to one of the stalls, and there's all these like K-pop girls. I don't know what the hell was going on. All these like young Korean. I don't know what they were, but all these girls hovering around one of the desks, taking photos with the guy behind the stall. I mean, at first they're like giggling and everything, and I'm like, what's going on here? It's a camera fair, like it's a like second-hand market. And first I thought it was some like top ticker or something, some what do you call it, influencer. And I realised they're all at like a digicam section. He was selling all these digicams. So yeah, it's I mean, I knew about this whole digicam revolution, trend that's been going on. But I saw it there in person. It was bizarre. I couldn't get in. I tried to look, and they were just swarming, and I couldn't get in to have a look or anything. I barged my way through, and it was really weird. Now I'm a bit late to all these trends, Jerry? I'm more of a follower than a trendsetter. By the time I bought Donkey Kong, everyone was already playing Oil Panic. This has been going on for probably about a year now, I guess, where digicams have become like the latest thing. I think it's the Gen Z, or is it the millennials? I'm not sure. I think what they're doing is, they're harping back to when they were kids in the early 2000s with mum and dad's digital camera, and this is cool, this is retro, check this out, show your friends. And it's become a bit of a trend. And what it's done is it's just like film, it's just rocketed the prices of digicams. This is the next big trend in photography. Well, it's not really, it's an old trend rehashed. Now, I mean, I originally thought it was all to do with the CCD sensor, because I think like last year I remember people saying, get those old cameras because the CCD sensors are really cool, the colors and everything, Kodak, whatever. But no, it's extended further to like every digital, camera from the early 2000s onwards, probably up till about 2010, I guess. And then, mirrorless, the real cameras took over. The resolution is pretty crap. The focus is always out. They're cool little, pocket-sized little things where they can put it in their little handbags and go out to the city. And I'm being a bit sarcastic, but now this isn't really anything new. I mean, film went through this, before. It probably hit its peak when that Kardashian, that Jenna Kyla Kendall, when she was on like Jerry Springer or whatever, she had that Contax T2 camera, and once she went on that show, everything like went crazy, and the prices of that like tripled overnight, just because of this Kardashian effect. Whatever they touch turns to gold. So but I think film was getting popular way before she went on. She just kind of like nailed the coffin in the nail with prices anyway, because then all the millennials and the Gen Zs got on board, and prices went through the roof. So I guess it's the same thing happening with digicams. And to her credit, she picked a really good camera. I mean, that Contax T2 is unreal. I think it's all titanium, and yeah, it's really good. So yeah, she's got taste. It's giving it a new lease of life. So in that sense, it's actually good. In the sense that the kids are getting into this old stuff. But this isn't anything new, really. I mean, look, Gen Z, me. We went through a stage where we started buying pinballs and Street Fighter, whatever, games in home. that we were just reliving the shit that we were doing in the 80s and the 70s, and vinyl's coming back. They're even re-releasing new albums on vinyl. I mean, I saw an AC/DC album, vinyl TNT. It was like $50. It was at JB Hi-Fi. $50 for an album. It's just, I hope that they don't just wear it out one night and then throw it in the closet with the other 1,000 pair of shoes that they've got. I get a little bit narky with it, like in the sense, are you doing this for photography or you just want to look good? I guess no different than me, really. That's why I bought the EM10. I guess it's the same shit, different smell. Now I get it, the Gen Zs, millennials, whatever. They want to go back to their MySpace days, when they first started testing out this whole new online world. I guess when you think of it, it's kind of like the Gen Zs going back to their kind of the days of when this whole influencer type world started. When when they're like, say, they're 10-year-olds, they're borrowing mum's camera and they're posting their first YouTube clip or something like that, or their first Instagram photo. Now, I guess the benefits of Digicam, like over film, would be that it's accessible. These, kids, I guess they're thinking, films can be a little bit of a challenge, really. If you're going to go back and be retro and everything, go back to something that you already know, and they kind of already know these digicams because they grew up with them with mum and dad's camera. So they're accessible. You can take 1,000 shots and you don't have to develop it. I'm pretty sure that a few millennials or Gen Zs have gone out with their first film camera and come back and gone, what the hell, everything's blown out or whatever. So with digicams, what you see is what you get. It's easy, point, shoot. So while I'm watching all these videos, I started getting into it as well. Now, originally it was with the CCD sensor, so I wanted to see what the hell everyone was talking about with the CCD sensor. And going down that rabbit hole, I realized, well, hang on, I've got heaps of old crappy digital cameras, and they're quite fun. So, like, my brother had this PowerShot Canon PowerShot A80. That's a really nice camera that he bought. Really expensive too. I think he paid $600 for this. This was in 2004. As the years went on, he advanced and got like a Sony CyberShot. That's pretty cool. It's like a little credit card. Snap, bang. It's like a flick knife. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's really stylish. This is the kind of stuff that those K-pop girls were kind of getting into at the camera there. Not the older ones. I saw of them, like, they're all giggling over these ones, the later ones, like the more fashionable ones. Whereas the earlier ones, well, the ones made by Canon and Nikon and Olympus, they're kind of more like real cameras in the sense that they had all the PASM, ISO, the settings, less automatic. I mean, they still got the automatic features if you get in there, you couldn't be bothered, which is what I did. I went out today and put it on P, automatic, and some weird shots that came out of this. In the early days, like my brother, he spent really good money on good cameras, so whereas I went and bought cheap eBay shit. I mean, this is crap as. This was my first digital camera. It's a Digitrex 2.1 megapixel DSC 2100. It is shocking. So it's just like plastic. So this thing also does film, and the film's a classic. It reminds me of like those VHS videos from the early 90s. It's that kind of quality. Yes, we go for a big walk, Jerry. Yes, you get in the light, Jerry. Can you see me? What's the matter? You don't like being in 320? Jerry's in 320. Low resolution, 4K, well, no one ever knew what 4K was. 1080p wasn't around yet. I think it was up to 720, even 720. That was high def. I think we were still around 640 mark. My brother was going to throw it out. He goes, "What do you want that crap for? This is shit from 2004." Like, he goes, "I don't even think it works." It does. It's unreal. It takes a couple of batteries and just takes normal batteries too. That's the other thing with these digicams. If you don't have the charger or the original battery, forget about it, because good luck. So you've got to be careful when you buy them. So I might go on some photo walks too, just test it out, this whole digital revolution. Digicam revolution. Like the CCD sensor, but this time use these point and shoots. Because this has a CCD sensor too. So that's the other thing, with all these digital cameras, not all of them have that CCD sensor. I think this one has some sort of, that's the Lumix. So that's another one that my brother bought, a Lumix. This was 2010, I think. This is 10 megapixels. But this Sony had Atmos or Exima, I don't know. So all different types of sensors. But if you want that classic, retro kind of 90s look, early 2000 look, the CCD sensor is the best one to get, so you got to look for it. I found this database actually, it's pretty good. I'll put a little link here, and you can just filter everything really. Filter from CCD to, I don't know. Now I might have come across a little bit kind of anti. I'm not. I actually enjoy, and if the Kardashians want to use them, good luck to them. It's like I said, the double-edged sword was the prices went through the roof. So, for a kind of a hobby where it was accessible for things and you could collect a lot of things and test them out, because it was yesterday's technology. Now it's got its second wave because of the influencers, and you can't. You have to pick and choose what you buy now, so, I'd love to have bought that bloody Contax T2, but, I'm not paying $3,000 for a point and shoot film camera, so, like I said, double-edged sword. I bought a Canon G5. I wanted the G2 because I saw another video where, I think Lucy Lumen, she went around the whole month using the G2, and I thought that was pretty cool. I couldn't find one, so I bought a G5. Hey. Anyway, ooh, Jerry, boy, you big girl. Anyway, that's just me trying to be relevant with keeping up with the Kardashians. So anyway, I'll catch you on the next one, and stay tuned. You want to go for a photo walk, and we'll take out the A20. And we'll take out the Digicam. You have a scratch.